Born 1901, Harold "Call Me Jock" Campbell was not from a racing family and not encouraged in the pursuit. He was not big though, and at 15 he convinced renowned owner Paddy Connolly, who had won the 1905 Melbourne Cup with Blue Spec, to give him a chance as an apprentice jockey. But it was not to be. Campbell grew in size quickly, forcing him to find new options. He settled on shearing in the state's northwest. He would be good at it too, but by the age of 20 his attention again wandered back to horse racing, but now with a view to being a trainer. A career that would span 60 years and know much of glory began small. Campbell worked his way around bush tracks, learning his craft, and before long he'd acquired two very smart gallopers in Sheila Green and Westralia, who between them won 18 races from just 30 outings. Still in his mid-20s, Campbell decided to tackle the big smoke, and with a thoroughbred called Inductee, in which he owned a half share, he won a race at Helena Vale. He would win 5 more with Inductee and draw some light to himself. Soon he was training several more horses, and the winners began to flow. Renewing his ties with Paddy Connolly, Campbell landed a string of betting coups, in particular with a galloper named Aeschylus, which helped fund Campbell's growth in the sport. Relieving the bagmen of their hard-earned was to become a hallmark of Campbell's career. In 1928, Campbell prepared the WA 2-year-old of the year, Lord Beggar. The gifted horseman was still just 27, the youngest trainer in the state at the time, but his status as a new star was now fixed in racing's firmament. Over the next 6 years, Campbell would finish second in the WA Premiership 3 times before attaining the first of 7 in 1935 and his second during World War II in 1941. After that, Campbell joined the war effort, becoming part of the Army's Auxiliary Horse Transport Unit. Then 4 more premierships came in the 1950s, and the 7th and last in 1963. Back in 1930, Campbell had purchased stables at Ascot, and for 51 years would train from that establishment until his retirement in 1981. For all of that half-century, Campbell's leading owner was Furzer Brady, a former jockey and bookmaker, and for whom he would win a WA Derby and a Sires Produce Stakes with Nicopolis and a Perth Cup with Kingscote. That victory in 1948 saw Campbell and Brady rip some £18,000 from bookies, a result almost unheard of in size till then. The cost of an average Australian home in 1948 was around £2,000, so the Kingscote Plunge was worth between $1.5 and $2 million in contemporary terms. Campbell won a second Perth Cup in 1969 with redoubtable stayer Jenark, who ran a race record with top jockey Frank Treen aboard. Jenark also won a Kalgoorlie Cup and an Anniversary Cup for Campbell. Campbell's one major disruption to his career came in 1957 when stewards disqualified him for a year following the WA Derby win of Nargo. To quote Campbell, "The stewards said it was a form reversal, but there was a lot of jealousy involved in our success. There was no way Nargo was pulled up with 9 stone on his back the previous Saturday." Aside from the Nargo debacle, Campbell won WA Derbies with Nicopolis, mentioned earlier, Little Empire and Pantheist. He won the Railway Stakes with Big Bob and his brilliant mare Mille Fleurs, and complementing his Perth Cup wins with Kingscote and Jenark, he also ran second in 3 others, beaten less than a head in all of them. Campbell also prepped the winners of 6 Champion Breeders' Stakes, 3 Easter Cups, 2 Sires Produce Stakes, a WA St Ledger and a Karrakatta Plate. Jock Campbell died in 1988, aged 87, but alive forever in WA Racing's Hall of Fame.